Hey, welcome back to the Worship Piano Lab, and it's time for another tutorial. Today we want to do something a little bit different. Rather than breaking down one song in particular, I want us to spend some time talking about key changes and being able to play in all the keys. Now this is something that's especially important, it seems to me, for us piano players. So let's talk about a few reasons why we need to invest the time to be able to play in all the keys, and then I'll show you a quick exercise that I've been doing for years to help me to stay nimble in my hands and in my mind and to be able to play in all the keys of the scale. Now before we get into that, just a quick reminder, it would help me tremendously to get this channel off the ground if you would support me by clicking that little subscribe button down there in the corner and by liking and sharing this video. That would be awesome of you. Okay, so why do we need to take all the time to be able to play in all the keys of the scale? Why do I need to know how to play in D flat or B or G sharp? I'll give you a few reasons. One is that we're going to work with vocalists of varying degrees of range. I cannot tell you the number of times that I've gotten ready to work with a vocalist and I've prepared a song in, say, G, and the song is too high. And sometimes it makes all the difference in the world just to be able to lower the song one half step or one whole step. And if you're going to flip out at the idea of playing a song in F sharp, then you're not going to get as far as you would otherwise. A second reason we need to be able to play in all the keys is because this is a guitar player's world. Now something that I hope that this channel will have some small role in doing is encouraging more and more piano players to become worship leaders again. But right now it's mostly guitar players, and guitar players want to play in E, and they want to play in B, and they want to play in F sharp. And these are not keys that piano players typically like to play in. But see, it's on us as pianists to be able to play in all those different keys. And sometimes you're playing on a keyboard and you can flick that little transpose button, and that's fine, I guess. But if you start to rely on that and you show up one day and you're working on an actual real piano and not on a keyboard, you don't want to be dead in the water. And then one more reason is just the ability to sight read. And I actually have a very personal story about this that I'm looking forward to sharing in another video. One of the coolest things that we're able to do as worship leaders is to participate in spontaneous times of worship, and that can look like a couple of things. It could look like a regular worship set that you were planning and that you were planning to be a part of, and then all of a sudden a song comes up that's perfect and it's late in the game but you still want to do it, you don't have time to practice it, you need to be able to sight read. Or maybe you're just in some place at some time and there's a piano around and people are gathered and they want to sing to the Lord. You want to be able to sit down and to lead those times. And if there are songs that come to your heart or to somebody else's heart, you want to be prepared to do some sight reading, and that means you have to be able to play in all the keys. So how do we train ourselves to do this? Look, I've been playing the piano for almost 30 years, which makes me feel really old now that I said that out loud. And I've been doing church worship music for almost 20 years. And listen, you have to practice. To this day, I practice playing in all the keys almost every day. So I want to share with you one exercise that I do that helps me to stay nimble and to be able to play in all these different various keys. Okay, so how I practice personally being able to play in multiple keys, which you have to be able to do if you're going to be a worship piano player, is I'll take a song that I enjoy because I'm going to be practicing it a lot, and then I'll play it in all the possible keys that you would ever be singing it in. And so take a song like Holy, 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 for example. I would never start this song lower than C major. I've never started it lower than C. It just gets too low down there. So you play through the song, you get to the end, God in three persons. And then I'm going to modulate up a half step to D flat, because that's the next possible key we could be singing the song in. And so to get there, one way to make that key change is just to go to the 5 chord of the key you're going to. The 5 chord of the key that you're going to. So if I'm going to D flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 chord is this A flat, right? So as I'm ending in C, so here's the A flat. then as I come to the end of this in D flat, I'm gonna go to the 5 chord of D, which is A major, and keep going up chromatically. So here's the A, D. And then we're going to end this one and go up a half step again to E flat. So where we got to make it is this B flat chord, right? B flat, E flat. Going to go to E. I have sung this song in E before. It's really high, but you do it. So I'm going to go to B, right? That's your 5 tone of E. Okay, so that's how I would practice that with Holy, Holy, Holy. Now you might say, but we never sing Holy, 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 or I'm just not ready to play in D flat and in E flat. It's going to take me a while to get there. What can I do in the meantime? Well, that's totally fine. Like I said, you just take songs that you are familiar with and that you enjoy, and then practice those in all the keys you might possibly be singing it in. So another one, you could just take something as simple as How Great Is Our God, right? So you start in G. I've never started How Great Is Our God lower than G. It would just get a little bit too low again. So you practice it in G. Is our God, sing with me how great, to your E minor, to C, to D, to G. Now, we got to practice this in all the keys though. So we're going to try and get to A flat here. Is our God. So we got to go to the 5 of A flat. So how great is our God. Sing with me how great, and all will see how great is our God. And then we're going to go up to A, so we got to get to that E. How great is our God. Sing with me how great, and all will see how great is our. And then we're going to go to B flat. So the key though is just to play it, to practice it in all of these keys over and over and over again, and we have to practice, we have to practice, and then it becomes muscle memory for our fingers, and see, then we don't have to think about it as much as we typically would because we've practiced. So then, you know, if someone wants to sing Crown Him with Many Crowns in C sharp, you're like, well, how do I do that? Then you're just ready to do it. So you're ready to go. All right, so that's the exercise. I hope that helps you. And again, something I can't reinforce enough is that you have to take the time to practice. You have to take the time to train your mind, to train your muscle memory in your hands to be able to do this. When you show up prepared to play in A, but you find out that it's gonna actually be in the key of B, you don't have time to sit down with the pencil and think through every single chord one at a time and change them. You're gonna miss out. That's why we train ourselves. That's why we practice. So again, I do hope and pray that this time has been profitable for you. So let me know in the comments below, are there exercises that you do to help you to be able to play in all the keys? Do you have any horror stories about showing up prepared in one key and then finding out you had to play in another? And do let me know if there's any songs out there that you're curious about how to play you'd like to see broken down here on the Worship Piano Lab. I will look forward to talking to you soon. Alright, see you later.